Hello, my name is Beck, and I'll be showing you how the grip weight of football affects the throw. The task of this project is to see which grip weight of football is most successful in terms of accuracy and distance. I will test myself and 2 others. This is the target. Each square in the net is 2 inches by 2 inches, and that red tape is our bullseye. The accuracy is being measured by each grip getting 10 throws by each person. We will be throwing from 5 and 10 yards away from the target. For each throw that is off, we'll be watching with a camera to see the exact places they hit on the net. Then I will count how much it was off by each of the squares. These are the 3 grips I'll be testing. On the left being ring finger on the second lace, on the middle being ring finger on the first lace, and lastly is middle finger on the first lace. And currently I'm a quarterback and I throw with the ring finger on the first lace. This is a video of what it looks like. And this is a video of how I know where it's hitting on the net. This is a scatter plot of just my throws, with the top being 5 yards and the bottom being 10 yards. And as you can see, the top part for the 5 yards, it's kind of hard to spot a difference, and on the bottom it's kind of the same way. This is the overall data from 5 yards. The black X's are being my throws, the green X's being Josh's throws, and the purple X's being my dad's throws. On the left, you can see that on the ring finger on the first lace, it's all pretty compact. On the right side, it's ring finger on the second lace. As you can see, it's pretty compact again. And on the middle finger, on the first lace at the bottom, it's kind of more spread out, but it's still pretty accurate. This is the overall data from 10 yards away, and the keys is the exact same for the X's. On the left side, you can see ring finger on the second lace is the most accurate and compact. It's all pretty close to the bullseye, and there's 3 bullseyes. The bottom middle is middle finger on the first lace, and as you can see, there's no bullseyes at all, and everything is very spread out. It's very inaccurate. And on the top right is ring finger on the first lace, which is, there's 1 bullseye, and it's kind of close. It's pretty tight, but it's not as good as ring finger on the first lace. These next few graphs are used from the Pythagorean Theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. These stack charts show how accurate the throws are, and the whole point of using these charts is the higher that each bar is, the more inaccurate it is, and the lower it is, the more accurate it is. So the first 3 bars are ring finger on the first lace, and the next 3 bars are ring finger on the second lace, and the last 3 bars are middle finger on the first lace. So for example, on the left side is the stack charts from 5 yards away, and as you can see, for Cole, my best throw is the ring finger on the first lace, my second best throw is ring finger on the second lace, and my worst throw is middle finger on the first lace. But for the right side, as you can see, my best throw is ring finger on the second lace, my second best throw is ring finger on the first lace, and my worst is middle finger on the first lace. This is the average misses per grip, blue being ring finger on the first lace, orange being ring finger on the second lace, and green being middle finger on the first lace. So as you can see, it really shows where exactly, like the last stack chart, it really shows the exact measurements. So from 5 yards, my best was ring finger on the first lace, which is lower than ring finger on the second lace, and my worst is middle finger on the first lace. And for the right side, it's very obvious that my best throw was ring finger on the second lace, my second best throw was ring finger on the first lace, and my worst throw was middle finger on the first lace. These are the final averages. This data is from 5 and 10 yards away from the target. The blue being ring finger on the first lace, orange being ring finger on the second lace, and green being middle finger on the first lace. So as you can see, it averaged these last graphs out, and my best was ring finger on the first lace, my second best was ring finger on the first lace, and my worst was middle finger on the first lace. What was the best grip? The best grip was ring finger on the second lace, the second best was ring finger on the first lace, and the worst was middle finger on the first lace. Now I'll test the distance. We'll be throwing from 50 yards with our back feet planted on the 50-yard line. There'll be no running start, and each grip we'll be getting 3 throws, and we're only using our best or our farthest throw in these next few graphs. This is a video of what it looks like. This is the first bar graph. It is ring finger on the second lace, and as you can see, I had the farthest throw, then it was Josh, then it was my dad. This is ring finger on the first lace, which is the same trend again. And this is the middle finger on the first lace, which is the same trend also. And this is our final results. For me, the ring finger on the first lace was my farthest throw. Second was ring finger on the first lace. And the worst was middle finger on the first lace. For Josh, his best was ring finger on the second lace. His second best was middle finger on the first lace. And his worst was ring finger on the first lace. For my dad, his best was ring finger on the first lace. His second best was ring finger on the second lace. And his worst was middle finger on the first lace. For these results, we tallied up each grip. So the ring finger on the second lace had 1 point for me because it was my best throw. It had 1 point for Josh because it was his best throw, and it had 2 points for my dad because it was his second best throw. So it got 4 points. So the ring finger on the second lace had 4 points, the ring finger on the first lace had 6 points, and the middle finger on the first lace had 8 points. So the winner would be ring finger on the second lace because it had the lowest amount of points, so that would be the most accurate. The information that I gained was holding the ball at the end of your fingers has the best results. Your index finger being high on the ball is very crucial. My final results is the grip affects the distance and the accuracy of a throw tremendously. When your ring finger is on the second lace, it has the best results. And once your ring finger is lower than the second lace, it tends to decrease performance. Thank you for watching.